Hello everybody, and this is me and my A6M3, or wait, is that the A6M3? It's the A6M2, excuse me. I started up a realistic battle, and it started out normal, and it ends in a hilarious way, but for now we're just going to do commentary on what happens before. So, I'm in this with my friend Google on Fire. He's on PC and here. I usually play this on PlayStation 4 because my PC cannot handle it. I will be doing more videos on PC soon. So, get ready for more. So, I start out just like any other battle, and I was happy because, yes, they did have carriers, and I knew I'd be able to land. So, we're going up against Americans. I go for one of the stupidest planes I possibly can go up against in the A6M2. The PB&J. As you may know, I don't know if you do, you might be new to this game, the PB&J is basically the B-25 with either a 75 cannon or a lot of 50 calibers. But it has turrets all the way around it. It's one of the most heavily armed medium bombers. My plane is a light plane made for fast maneuverability and tear through it and get out. It's the normal Zero. This thing was used mainly for recon. I'm not trying to be mean. Kamikaze, it was used for kamikaze. And it was a very powerful plane. In fact, they wouldn't find one of these until one of them actually crashed, and America found it and captured it. Me and my friend have a joke that it's made out of origami and gasoline because it lights on fire so quickly if the person's using the right rounds. So I'm trying to stay as low to the ground as possible, as fast as possible. Google is above me. I'm pretty sure I turned to the right. I'm not sure because this is an older clip. And you'll see him. I'm pretty sure I do. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, there you go. He's way behind me. He's trying to stay medium height, and I'm just trying to stay as low to the ground as possible. Well, not really, just a little bit above it. Not really ground. I'm not sure why I fired there. I know that's wasted ammunition. I have no idea why I fired. Right here, I'm trying to get as low to the water as possible, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna stay a little bit high. I start seeing gunfire off in the distance. You can't really see it too well in the video because I don't really zoom in on it, but way off in the distance I started seeing gunfire. This plane can load, I believe, 50 kilograms, but those weren't that useful in this battle. I was going for all fighter. This isn't my favorite Japanese plane that I have so far. I have to say the I think the Kai 45 or not the Kai 45, the Kai 61. With all the 50 calibers, that's one of my favorite planes in the game because it can carry two 250s, which is a pretty powerful bomb load. And it's a Bowman Zone plane. And Japanese Bowman Zone planes aren't just Bowman Zone, they can turn pretty quickly. Right here I realize there's quite a bit of ground units. And this is where I decide, well, there's a PB&J. The PB&J, as you can see here, is taking lots of flak, and I'm just trying to hit as many times into his engines or his gunner. If I got his gunner out, it would have been a much easier fight, but as you're gonna see, the gunner is still alive. 20s ran out of ammo. I was just trying to get as many hits with those little cannons as I could. Not really cannons, machine guns, but this is where I took some major hits. Yeah, here I just decided now I'm pulling off. I'm leaking fuel and I don't want to get on fire. Because when this plane's on fire, usually it never gets out. This is where Google gets shot down. I laughed. He hated me. I'm just trying to empty the rounds out so I can just go. I don't know. I've been told that once you empty your clips, you actually are slightly lighter. I don't know how true that is, but that's what Google was telling me, so I was like, okay. And I'm not talking about Google, the web browser. I'm talking about the friend in here named Google on Fire. So, I'm approaching towards the carriers, and at this point Google's crying that he's died. Not really crying, but he's just pissed off that I'm still alive. He goes up against the Spitfire and dies. I go up against the PB&J and live. Now, Google guesstimated that I was gonna crash, and I didn't agree with him. I don't really crash at this point. I'm like, you'll see, it's kind of hilarious. At this point, Google's screaming in my ear, I should be decreasing in speed, and I'm like, no, I'm not that close. Then I look at the mini-map, and I'm like, holy shit, we're getting close. I'm not really sure why I put the flaps out and gear down at this point, but I tried to go high to decrease as much speed as possible, but it didn't really help. And that's how you land a plane. Best landing possible. The funny part is, Google was like, can you repair? And I said, well, let me find out. And I looked down in the left-hand corner, and Google is now crying because I could repair after tearing my wing off, ripping my propeller apart, and both my landing gear gone.